Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What is going on, everybody? So, kind of waiting for people to kind of filter in before I get into the nitty gritty. But that vlog video that I put up, I still plan on doing those. I have some more that I'm working on. Those are going to be uploaded before the weekend. But it's everything with the book release and work has kind of been a little all over the place, a little busy, a little not, just craziness going on right now. And for those of you that haven't seen it, this isn't the official cover. This is just one of the proofs. I have another proof that's going to be arriving tomorrow. But just so you guys know, because I don't think I showed you guys, the book is a thing. I wasn't joking about this. So, yeah, the Kickstarter failed. But through failure, we persevere. And, I think it turned out wonderful. Tonight oh, wait a minute. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. In a couple hours, I have to upload a file that I've been working on. There is a couple corrections, just typos, like mainly just spacing and kind of where I put commas and stuff. But I've made not highlights. I don't know where my highlighter is. But I made some corrections that will be taken care of tonight. Got to finalize the file, upload it to Amazon, and then we'll be good. The cover for the book. Last bit of news on that. The proof that's coming tomorrow, which I will show you guys, is the finalized cover, not this temporary one that Amazon gave me while I was figuring out the Photoshop on this piece of shit computer. So this was just it's going to still be this cover, but the rest of the wraparound with the back and the spine are different. So you guys will be checking that out relatively soon. So that's pretty much the long and the short on the updates for the novel. The real work kind of begins once it's up. I'm going to be asking you guys, I need reviews. I'm going to need reviews. And all the research that I've done, especially for new authors that are just starting out building their platform as an author. I've built a platform as, the gig economy guy on YouTube. And, I've done pretty well, creating and establishing a community there. As an author, that's a whole new venture for me, which is why I wanted to kind of transition and talk about what's going to be happening in 2020. So I've actually already started the groundwork on it, because the things that are going to be changing to the YouTube channel directly translate to my goal of being able to just be an author. But part of being an author and part of writing and creating stories and sharing certain experiences with you from my perspective is kind of all like tied up into one. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to write books from now on. Bye, YouTube. No, I love YouTube. I love streaming. I love creating content. But, I've had to have those talks with myself over the years. I've had to sit down and be like, hey, man, where is this channel going exactly? And I've had so many issues when it came to the technological aspect of things. And if anything I learned in 2019, it's kind of simplifying things, kind of getting back to my roots, stripping away all the frills and just working with what I have in front of me. And I've actually done pretty well in that avenue. Personally, I feel it has been relatively successful. So because of that, that's kind of the direction the channel is going to be taking. And focusing on this whole author thing. So for the rest of this year, I will be showing you guys my vlogs from work, etc. That gig economy stuff. But come 2020, that's when the new content will be coming out, which is going to have nothing to do with HVAC. It's going to have nothing to do with the gig economy, etc. Like I said, I'm going to be utilizing this platform of YouTube that I have. Oh, what is... Oh, that's where I was. Oh, okay. I'm going to be utilizing the platform that I have on YouTube to enhance my author brand. Right now, what does that mean exactly? What, Mace? What is? You're just going to sit there and make YouTube videos of you reading your book to us? No, I am not actually. Basically, I'm going to be actually making videos, and it's about the apocalypse. It's about the end of the world, dystopian governments, etc. The things that really interest me, narratively speaking, the type of games that I gravitate towards, the type of the films, TV shows, etc. All these different things that I personally have a very vested interest in, that I have an opinion on, that I take something away from it. It's not going to be like, oh, well, I saw this dystopian movie or I read this dystopian book. Here's my review on it. It's not going to be so much that. I guess you could categorize it as a review in some way, but it's more so a critique, an analysis of the dystopian, post-apocalyptic, disasterized world that these characters are inhabiting, and the plots of, how these characters interact with this new environment. Because that's the one thing about Shelter that I love so much while writing it, is that I established these characters, and one of the biggest takeaways from this is that it takes place in Chicago. So for me as a writer, the number one way I could get anything out of my characters as they're exploring this dystopian, post-apocalyptic landscape of this new world that they've been introduced to, is to personify the environment itself, is try to give some sort of character and life to the city of Chicago. The landscape itself is a character, and it has its own kind of character arc and development based upon the interactions of the other characters that are going on within that story. And so that's going to kind of be what's going to be happening with the channel in 2020. These are going to be actually well done videos with time and energy and editing and all that stuff. I've already started out this script work on some of the videos that I'm going to be more involved with. The very first one, I'm not sure what date. It will be early January. It's basically going to be that's going to be the video that kind of steamrolls everything. And that's a big one, especially for me as an author. What's the difference between a dystopian... it's a genre differences, but what's the difference between a dystopia and the post-apocalypse? And, I've kind of been, like I said, I've started the scripting process, mainly just putting down bullet points, notes, etc., kind of seeing which things I really want to tackle, what things I really want to specify of what makes these key differences about one over the other. And it's very simple. A dystopia is a state of society that is being run to the ground by a group or an individual that has some sort of totalitarian regime. So like V for Vendetta, that is a dystopian novel or medium. It's comic book than movie, and then you have something like The Walking Dead, which is post-apocalypse. It's people and life moving on after the destruction of civilization as we know it. What was once normal is now not, and this is a new landscape we find ourselves in. And this is kind of how we've come together to adapt. That's like the short version of it. The long version, well, like I said, I got a couple pages of notes already because it's a little bit more involved than that when you kind of get down to it. But so there I am with all of the updates. Questions, comments, and or concerns, please drop some of those comments down there, and we will get to TikTok talking, speaking with one another about whatevers. And I'm attempting to clean at the same time, which is not easy. So I'm going to be moving over this way, so bear with me. Those need to be washed. This needs to go. Needs to be washed. Yeah, so kind of this is where I'm at for the moment. just trying to get all my ducks lined up. I'm like looking in here and I'm like, well, what can I keep? What can I throw away? Like this. No, I do need to keep. I don't even know if this one works. That's another hard thing is dealing with all of this stuff. Get rid of that. You know, I'm gonna hold on to these. These are from 2015. I lived in California. This was the keys. Both of these keys were to my Dodge Avenger that was repossessed. You know, it's nice to become so far removed from those events in my life and kind of been able to move on and reestablish some semblance of whatever in the heck I'm doing with my life. It's like, you know, you look back and you're like, man, I'm so young and dumb. I wasted so much money, time, etc. Now I'm still trying to figure out how to put the pieces back together. I'm actually doing pretty good. No idea what that is. Oh wait, so some of these things I do need to go through, like I have a lot of tools. Yo, Robert, what's up, my dog? What's up, man? I put out a ton of, I don't even know if you guys can hear me. I put out a ton of updates at the beginning of this video, so please check out the VOD when the video's done. The first like 5-6 minutes are all just updates, what I got going on, what I'm doing. More proof that the book is a real thing. The digital copy, the ebook on Kindle devices, releases on this weekend, the 16th. So I would encourage everyone. I am encouraging everyone that on the 16th, one thing I'm really going to need is I need reviews for the book. I would love for you guys to read it. It's available on Kindle Unlimited. If someone wanted to buy it outright, it's only $2.99. I need reviews for the book in order for it to even be seen on Amazon, so it's like one of those weird limbo things. So hopefully I can, you know, get some people to review the novel for me, and I can send you a PDF of it, because that's the only file that I have formatted. I don't really have the time nor the patience to figure out how to do a Mobi file, so that's kind of where we're at with that. But, so this can go here, that there. Right now I'm just kind of trying to get my room in order, or not my room, but the closet. See, I don't even know why I still have this watch. This watch. Oh, I need to get rid of that too. That Kickstarter's been dead, man. Yeah, this band is all screwed up. I mean, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Watch Gang. I subscribed to Watch Gang, what was it? I don't think this year, I think it was last year. But I subscribed to them for about 2 months, and both of the watches I got from Watch Gang. And this wasn't the basic one, I think. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta take this. It was an IKEA job. It was an IKEA job that came up, and, you know, it's the slow season, so you have to reply to everything. Anyway, so this watch, this is one of the couple watches I got from Watch Gang, and it's just bad quality. It's just really bad quality. It's some no-name, trendy, whatever watch. It's all it is. It's what's it called? It's a private label. Someone basically went to some Chinese manufacturing company with one of their stock products and had their own company name put on it right there. And the quality is just really bad. The first day I got it, it looked fine, it looked great, it felt okay on the wrist. The band is actually not too bad, but then within a couple weeks, it started tearing. So I was like, well, the band feels good, but the band is not durable, so that kind of sucks. But the same day that I started wearing it, this little dial right here, where the 10's at, just fell off for no reason. So it was like glued on or something. And it's like, really, man? So this watch is garbage. Seikos are nice. Yeah, I don't have any digital watches. I did. I got a Galaxy Gear S2 Classic years ago, but when I got it, I had to return it. So someone bought the watch before me, and hold on, I don't want the stream to die. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so Seiko, I'm a big fan of Seiko. They make wonderful watches. Are you kidding me? The iPad's dead. All right, so let me charge that. All right, so I'll let that charge and I'll reply to him in a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah, Seikos are wonderful watches. Did I throw that away? Yes, I did. I threw that in the trash. It was garbage. Now, Timex. I love this watch. I love this watch. There are a few issues I have with it, but I do love this watch. The only downside, one of the big issues I have, the back just came loose and fell out. This is the Weekender chronograph. The problem with this watch, aside from the fact that the back came off, and I've tried with my hands and everything, I just need to take it to someone with a press to kind of get the backing back on it. But the problem with this watch, ever since I got it, there was a manufacturing error. So the chronograph function of it, like the stopwatch function of it, doesn't even work. It's the numbers are just, it's hard to explain unless you like looked at it. It's just, it never sets back to 0. So it's 0 position is like at the 10, which is weird when it should be at the 12. So it's a little irritating. So yeah, I'm a big fan of wireless headphones. I don't mind the tether ones. The ones I had for years was these LG ones that they were like this, but then you would pull on them in and out, and that function was just fine. But the problem that I had was in the actual band of it, it kind of like snapped a little. And then since then I've kind of gone to these. My son got a hold of the charging case for these Anker, these first gen Anker ones. Now these ones aren't bad. Let's see, left. They sit in the ear pretty good. One big drawback is once you have them in, you can't hear jack shit. You can't hear nothing. And I reached out to Anker, and the cost of a new chart, like for whatever reason, the charging station for them costs more than the individual buds. So let's say I lost one of the headphones, it's like $15 to replace the headphone, but the charging station itself is like $40, which instead I got these as a replacement. Now I've had people look at them like, oh, this is like knockoff earbuds or AirPods, but they like the AirPods Pro, but these are longer than that. Let's see. Thank you for putting effort into those. Seeing your persistence. Hey Nick, what's up? Yeah, I don't really do anything about it. You can hit me up, and I'm more than willing to impart my wisdom. It was well over a year ago. I think it was February of last year. I stopped working with Amazon Flex. They terminated me. And at first I thought it was because of something I did. In the Las Vegas area, I think they still do Prime Now at some. Oh, well, thank you. I try to impart some semblance of wisdom to people. Um, uh, where was I? Sorry, I'm just all over the place. Um, my, my brain is killing me. Yeah, I got terminated, and I thought it was because I did something wrong, or because I did miss a couple shifts, because I overslept like an idiot. But what actually happened is they were phasing it out here in Vegas because they do the Amazon Fleet program now, which I always told myself I should make a video on it. Which on my hard drive, my portable hard drive somewhere, I have no idea where that's at. I have the footage of the video that I made talking about the Amazon Fleet program, but I have no idea where that's at, and I don't know. So I don't even this cheapo knife from Walmart. Thank you for the info. Of course. Yeah, so they terminated me, but it's not the end of the world. I found something better. Do you live in Las Vegas or do you live in Seattle? I live in Las Vegas. Life is what you make it. Welcome. Now, just because I live in Las Vegas, that does not mean that I do not spend time in Seattle or Black Diamond more specifically. I spend a lot of time in Ravensdale, Black Diamond, Enumclaw area. And what's that other one called? Maple Valley. Don't go. It's the furthest out I will go is Auburn, but I try not to. Struggling artist here. If you ever need stuff commissioned, I'm affordable and talented. Well, I appreciate that. What are you saying that in relation to? Like, what makes you say that? Also, you might be affordable. You're not affordable enough for me because I have zero budget for anything. So, like with my book, for example, it comes out on the 16th for Kindle devices, and it comes out in the 23rd paperback. The finalization proof, the final proof, is actually going to be here tomorrow. This is just a temporary back cover and spine, but this is the cover I made. I actually went out my way, licensed the cityscape, and then I kind of made everything else. This obviously not the text, but yeah. So there's my baby Shelter. So that's a big one that I'm working on. The only other thing I'm really waiting on for the book, everything else is kind of good. I'm working on the trailer for the book, and I'm missing 2 key lines of dialogue. So the trailer, I had some people record lines of dialogue, like quotes from the book, that would kind of like mash up into the trailer that I have for it, which is great. The problem is oh yeah, ignore the crowdfunding campaign thing. That's over and done with, obviously. So, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, the crowdfunding was a failure. I have several videos talking about that. Mainly live stream archives, but yeah, the crowdfund was a complete failure. Didn't get a penny from it. People pledged, but obviously, if you don't get the full amount that you need, blah blah blah. Long story. Anyway, so that's Michael's wallet. Oh wait. My son left I need to get that to him. Let's see. You do painting, clothing, and design. Makes me happy to see you grind. I'll check out the book when it launches. Well, I appreciate that. I could really, really use reviews because just starting out for a first-time author, it's fine. It's perfectly fine being a first-time author. Nothing wrong with it. But you do have some growing pains, and that's getting reviews, because reviews lead to sales. So all of the research and all of the advice from other YouTubers and stuff that have talked about self-publishing and the number one piece of advice is, hey man, if you want to have any sales on your book, doesn't matter how good it's written, doesn't matter how well your marketing is, doesn't even matter if you pay for advertisements. If you don't have reviews, hardly anyone's going to look at the damn thing. So, and that's like a very true thing. Like it's like with the whole gig economy thing with TaskRabbit. When I started off on TaskRabbit, I had no reviews, so I wasn't really getting any work. But when I had a couple people hire me and they left me reviews, it skyrocketed how many people hired me, just literally just because of reviews. No, I do not do Amazon Flex anymore. I don't think it's even available in Las Vegas unless it's for Prime Now. Aside from that, no, it's dead out here. They use Amazon Fleet, which is like own your own business, your own delivery business scam that they're doing. Check out my site whenever you get a chance. I'll be sure to hook you up with a good review. Hit me up on Instagram at Mace Valor, and then you can DM me the what's that called? The website, and I'll check it out. I love looking at other people's creations. We have had some pretty interesting people share their stuff on the stream, and I found some pretty interesting people out there, to say the least. I'm just trying to pick up every piece of my world. I don't need this check anymore. This check is from June. The client gave me, they tipped me a check, which was dope. Oh yeah. Well, you can also hit me up on Twitter as well. Anywhere online, it's at Mace Valor. That's. Hold on, wait. I think it has contact info in the book. Oh yeah, he can be found online as at Mace Valor. Yeah, so anywhere online. Oh, I should probably change that now that I think about it. Let me make a note. Anytime I have something that I want to change, I just circle it. But if it's something I'm thinking of, I just underline it. So there we go. I'll take a look at that in a couple hours and see if I'm going to change that for the book or not. Let's get rid of that. Alright, good. So far, we're off to a decent start. I don't even care about that. Put all these things back in here. Good. So 2 drawers done, several more to go. This needs to be hung up. Bunch of this stuff isn't even mine, so I can't really mess with it. Okay, get rid of that. Keep these. There we go. I'm still here, y'all. Still here. Really need all of that. Or that. So, what is going on with everybody else? figured that if I'm gonna clean, I might as well chit chat with you fine folk. Some of these I do have to go through. I don't even think that actually works. That's kind of it. Oh, fuck. There we go. Sorry. Just remember Atlanta, take a day off from bullshit. Huh? Oh, just chilling in Atlanta. Took a day off from bullshit. That's good, man. Fuck it. That's like the hardest thing. Like when I first started doing the gig economy stuff, man, when it like got really busy, I went days. I was working nonstop, man. Back when my prices were pretty low, so I had to work all the time. And like I would force myself to take days off to kind of recoup, you know? Because I was working like at least 9-10 hour days on average. And then plus you have to include travel time and all that stuff. Like it was intense, man. And it got to the point where I was like, man, this is good, but man, I'm running myself ragged here. And then I started just giving myself time. You know? Giving myself a break, telling myself, hey man, you need to take a breather, you need to take a step back, recalibrate, you know? And I started doing that. So I give myself days off, man. There are days where I'll, even if work is steady or work is slow, I always schedule certain days where I don't do anything. So technically today's a working day, even though I didn't have a job. So I've been, you know, working on stuff for the book. I've been trying to organize this space a little bit. Yeah, man, you gotta, like, just for your own self, like, not even like physically, just like for your own mental health, it's very beneficial to just take a breather, even if only for a moment, just to kind of, like, give yourself like a quick reset, you know? If you don't do that, it will literally just drive you insane. And that's not good. Just get rid of the candy, don't even need to look at it. Trying to think of, oh yeah, these cords. I'm gonna do something with them. So here I am, still trying to figure it all out. Force of will. How did I acquire this? Oh, cardstock kind of sucks. These are bonuses. The foils are fucking garbage too. But I like the embossing on the back. This kind of dope diggity. Let's throw that away. Let's save this. I don't think we need this car up here anymore. Oh, tell me about Roadie. Because I know about it, but I never actually used it. There's my hard drive. Hey, look at that. Just gotta put that in there. I think I'll hold on to this for Mike because I don't know. I don't want to mess with his whole Lego shenanigans. Alright, what do we got here? It's garbage, garbage, garbage. Garbage. This needs to be washed. You can hear the child out there. It's getting loud. Blue green. Is that even blue green? I guess. It's like I just look around and I'm like, I get overwhelmed just looking, you know? So it's like this. So I just try to shoot for the things that I know for certain. Like, I've already gone through these. I'm keeping these. And this. Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this belongs to my son. And he left it here. So I have to put that aside for him. It's good, man. It's good. Hey, man, rent ain't cheap. I know you gotta hustle, dude. So, hey, at least you're putting the grind in. '19's been a good year. Oh wait, I'm still trying to finish it off strong, but you know, since most of my work is done on TaskRabbit, I also made a Thumbtack account, so my profile is active and everything, but I haven't like gone too crazy. I just turned the iPad back on. Working on. Ha! Wow, you're one of those guys that live in the other side of town, brother. There's so much money out here for everyone. Shaking my head, greedy for what? Alright, hold on. I'm gonna respond to this guy. Hopefully, he was watching a little while ago, but he's not watching now. Let's see what he's got to say. What is Thumbtack? Damn, what a prick, man. The guy's kind of a douche. Alright, where was I? Sorry, y'all. Okay, now I gotta respond to this dude on TaskRabbit. Alright. Okay. Interesting. So they need me to put together this, and when it's complete, it's gonna go in that little cubby. 2 doors and 2 shells. Thursday. All right. Put that back on the charger. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, whatever. Hit me. All right. So technically I can't really use this anymore. I guess I could use it for storage of something. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I gotten to the point right now where like this is like thoroughly overwhelmed me, and I want nothing to do with it. I'm not even gonna touch whatever. But yeah, the goal is to dress this up, but I don't want to mess with it. I got other things I need to be doing. I don't even know what time it is. Yeah, I got time. I got plenty of time. Whoa. Leftovers. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me, because I think something messed up on the mic. So I have no idea. Just write a comment that you can hear me if you can. Can you hear me? Because I have no idea. Okay, good. The Leftovers. Was that like an HBO thing? If I remember correctly. I remember the show The Leftovers. I watched like the first episode and I didn't get into it. Did not get into it like at all. So I'm one of those guys that's like, I'll usually give something at least like the first couple episodes because it's very introductory. But The Leftovers, it just, I don't know. I watched like the first episode, and like halfway through the episode, I was not even paying attention to it anymore. It lost my interest that quick. Explain the title. Basically like a rapture thing. The title of what? It's like people disappearing and shit. Look, I'm not saying that it has to have like a first season that is so wonderful. It's the best cinematic experience of all time. By no means am I saying that. But honestly, man, it's like, I don't know. There have been some shows that I just, it's like, all right, so I tried, my stream, it's a lot to explain. In the first 5 minutes of the stream, I detail everything that the whole title is about. Then we go into like just shooting the shit. So when the VOD goes up, check out the archive of the stream, because it's a lot of info to. I hate rehashing shit like over and over and over and over and over. because I'm lazy. Basically, I'm not going to be making gig economy videos anymore because I just don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Like, I like the live stream. I like talking with you guys about this stuff, but it just doesn't interest me to make that kind of video content. But it's a lot longer of a story. I explain it more in the beginning of the live stream, so check that out if you're interested. It doesn't have till 2020, so we got time. Oh my god. Alright. Put this there. I don't think this is empty. It's gross. There it is. This can go down here. So, like a TV show like The 100, right? It was a very interesting idea. I loved it. The idea of it. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. It was hard. It's a CW show, so naturally it's going to be difficult to watch. But I tried to power through it, see if it's got a good plot, characters, this, that, and the other. And then it just got to the point where I think it was after the second season, I'm like, I'm done with this. I don't care about this show. I don't want to watch it. It's boring. The plot is like just so stupid, and it's got some really interesting things going on, but the execution is so poor. The acting alone really kind of took me out of it. It's probably one of the worst acted shows I've ever seen. So the one I'm kind of like stuck on right now is one on Apple TV Plus. It's called See. It's post-apocalyptic. End of the world. Everyone is basically blind, and there are two people that have the power to see. That's pretty much, if that idea alone is interesting, you'll love the show. So I didn't really know what the show was about. I didn't know it was post-apocalyptic until I started watching it. Like, I didn't know shit about the show. I saw a trailer for it, but without audio, so I just saw the video of it, and I didn't really understand what was going on. But Jason Momoa is in it, and I'm like, alright, well, it looks like some weird tribal shit, whatever. Alright, I'll check this out. And then as I'm playing the first episode, and, like, some stuff is going on, I'm like, these people are... What the hell are they doing? So I stop watching within the first minute. I go to the description, and it's like, in a post-apocalyptic future, and I'm like, yes, everyone is blind. I'm like, holy shit, how are they gonna fucking do that? Like, I see people fighting and shit in the trailer. But then, like, when you actually watch the fucking show, dude, it's like, this whole world building, the writing and everything, it's so fucking awesome. It blew my mind, man. It blew my mind. Like, the way that they've learned to navigate the world without being able to see shit, and like it's fucking wonderful. The acting's fucking spectacular. The cinematography is on fucking point. You don't get a lot of amazing cinematography in post-apocalyptic TV shows. A lot of it's like stuff that's on set, and the stuff they do on location, like The Walking Dead, it's very limited. You don't really get to see these open vistas of a dilapidated world. You see just very, very small snippets. But it's so far into the future, and so much of the world is in ruins. Like, they take these wide open shots of like different areas of America that have just been turned to rubble because it's hundreds of years in the future. Like that one movie, it got rapey real quick. No idea what you're talking about. What? Give me just a sec. If it was on Sci-Fi Channel, I am so lost. What are you guys talking about? Oh, Legion. You okay? You want to say hi? He got upset. Okay, Google. Play Blippi on YouTube. Okay, I'm back. Do you need help? Want the lights? Alright, sorry about that. You know, parenting and whatnot. Blindness, huh? I think I might have to check that out. Yeah, I never heard of whatever show that is, but holy crap. I'm telling you, C is definitely worth it. It's extremely well done. What are you doing, child? Okay, he's starting to... You want to say hi? No? Then he gets like super shy and runs away. That's how I don't know. What do I do? It's all over the place. Everyone needs like a post-apocalyptic jacket, man. You gotta look like you're ready for the apocalypse, and that is it right here. Look at that. Covers up my fat rolls and everything. I love it. It's a weird one. Oh. Why don't you talk? He's shy, that's why. What? Yep, so I need to kill the stream because he's starting to get a little riled up. Hold on, he wants to show you his workout routine. No, they are heavy. Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, hey, thank you guys for chilling with me. I'm glad that we could talk more in the future. You know, parenting and whatnot. You gotta kind of do what you gotta do. As always, I'm your oh so glorious and beloved Maze Valor signing off.